What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back fresh from vacation and getting my first boxes from the bank since returning. Today I picked up a $500 box of quarters and two $500 boxes worth of halves. I'm hoping we have enough great finds in these boxes to make a video. If not, keep watching. We may open some additional boxes. With that, I've already opened this box. As you can see, we have circulated quarters, so we're going to be good to go. And I hope to bring you in when we find some really cool stuff, so let's jump into it. Alright, so while we get into this first roll, I just wanted to remind everybody that I am in the middle of my 750 subscriber giveaway, and I'm actually up over 830 subscribers since posting that announcement video. And just remember, if I get to 850, I'm adding a little extra silver to the giveaway, so check out that video. Head over to that link. Make sure you do everything you need to do to be entered, and I will be announcing when we're going to do the live stream to pick winners here pretty soon. So you're running out of time. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and look through these quarters as I do a coin explosion, and I will get back to you guys or bring you in when we do find something worth sharing. And actually, I see a bicentennial there in the first roll. It's a Philly. Pretty cool. All right, well, I'll keep hunting, and like I said, hopefully bring you in soon. So we actually just got through that first roll, and we did have this bicentennial, and I just brought you in because I got one of each. I got the collector's set here. We did get one of the new Airman quarters, and these are the 2021s, and we got one of the new Crossing the Delaware, which I think is just an absolutely beautiful quarter. I know the Airman has a couple of die chips on it that you can find. I'll hang on to these and check them to the end. And actually, I'm going to keep all the 2021s as I find just to see how many we get in the box, to see how many of these are in circulation. No major errors or varieties that I'm aware of, as at least of filming this right now. I'll double check on the internet before the end of this video just to make sure, but I'll hang on to it. So we have one Delaware, and we have one Airman, and one Bicentennial. Not a bad first roll. All right, well, this box was pretty uneventful. As you can tell, we've kind of already fast-forwarded to the end. And I say uneventful, considering how many coins I actually have up here on the board that we're going to talk about. We'll start over here on the right. As you guys know, if you watch my videos, I pull all my bicentennials, and I usually average about 15. Today, I think I ended up getting 15 or 16. Yeah, I think there were 11 Ps and 5 Ds. No DDOs on the Denver coin. We did get some 2021 Airmen P and Ds, so I think I already have a P and a flip. I'm probably going to grab a D as well. This one's actually really nice. That's why I left it on top. But I believe I had 13 2021 Airmen, and I had 26 of the Delaware 2021, all Philadelphia. And I just think this is probably one of the nicest quarters to come around here in quite some time. I love this quarter. No value. I mean, nothing beyond face value here. I was just pulling them to start getting an idea of, you know, how many of these I can start expecting to see in a box. My last 2 or 3 boxes, I think I ended up with just a couple Delawares, you know, whatever, 3, 5, 7, somewhere in there. And the Airmen, you know, I think my most is, and I'm just from memory, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7. So I'm starting to see these more and more in quantities in my boxes. I have a bucket or a little bin for quarters that are ugly and just need some love. So that's going to go in my bucket because that is an ugly quarter. And I did have 3 errors. I'm not going to put all these under the scope because we've seen these numerous times on my channel, but this is the die chip on the cactus down there covering the artist's initials. I did find one of those. I am going to put this one under the scope for you here in just a second, but this one had snow on the roof and a leaky bucket, and I'll zoom in. You might be able to actually see it just under magnification here. If you look down there on the bottom of the bucket, you can see a little bit of a die chip. That would be that leaky bucket error. And then on that right-hand side of the roof, you can see the die chip there for snow on the roof. And then the last one, I am going to put this under the scope. This is a pretty bad, I'm guessing this is some sort of grease strike on the 1983 Philly. And it's got a tremendous amount of machine doubling. So let me get you over here to the scope. I just want to show this one off because this one's pretty crazy. And then we'll move on to the $50. So let me get this set up on a tripod, and we'll we'll take a look. All right, so let's take a look at that leaky bucket example here real quick under the scope. It'll be a little bit easier to see, and I can show you with the mouse. You can see right here, there's a die chip on the roof. And then if we come down here and look, we've got a die chip down here on the leaky bucket. Let me turn this light off too. It's causing some, there we go, that's a little bit better. So you can see the die chip here causing the leaky bucket example. So that's actually got two different errors on the same coin. And this is that 1983 I just wanted to show you. You can see here around the beak, we've got a ton of grease that came across, and you can actually see the doubling, the machine doubling all the way up here on the eagle's head. And you can see it throughout on a lot of the letters. So when we come down here, the E pluribus unum is almost, well, at least on the pluribus part, it's almost all greased out. And you can see some doubling up here on the U and the N, some doubling here through the wing. And as we come around the coin, it's everywhere. So you can see the C, the I, the R, the A's got some pretty bad doubling. All down here throughout dollar, and even on the leaves, or the fig leaves down here, you can see doubling all throughout here. So I don't think this coin is worth anything extra. I'll keep it pulled aside. If any of you guys know if there's any value here, let me know down in the comments down below. But I just thought this was kind of an interesting oddity. You can even see throughout the word quarter, we've got a ton of machine doubling. Here's on the Q. All throughout the fig leaves. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen a 1983 quite look like this. So anyway, so I'm going to end the quarter box here. Let me know down in the comments below, how many 2021s are you guys finding in your boxes in your neck of the woods? Let me know where you're at in the world or in the country, and are you still finding one of these, none of these, 10 of these, 100 of these? Let me know. And I continue to average 15 or so bicentennials. I know from watching some other people's videos, they get bicentennials very rarely, maybe one or two a box. I tend to average about 15. So let me know in the comments down below. Is that unusual? So anyway, with that, I'm going to get these quarters cleaned up, and we're going to move into some half dollars. All right, well, here we go with Loomis box number 1 of 2 that I picked up today. And I've already opened this up, as you can see. I've already done the coin roll, and I do have one interesting one here. That looks like that might be a proof. I don't know, so we're actually gonna start on this end of the box and work our way up so we can get to that pretty quickly. I didn't see any other NIFCs or errors. We do have a couple of marked coins. So we've got some searched coins in here, but that's okay. That's pretty typical in a box these days. So I'm going to get this pushed back. I'm going to get into these rolls, and at the very least, we'll get you in early here on roll 3 to check out what this ender is. Well, here we are. Rolls 1 and 2 didn't produce anything. It was all clad. We had a couple of 1974 Ds we could check, but we're going to take a look in this roll because I'm not sure what that ender was. Let's check it out together. Yep. It looks like it is a 1980 S. It was a proof. It's a pretty ugly beat up proof. Let me zoom back in here. But it's a find. We'll put it on the board. And it was an ender, so maybe we'll have a proof box. We've been finding a lot of proofs lately. So maybe we will have another proof box. So we're going to check it out. I will bring you guys in at our next find. So I'm on roll, what is this, 24, and it's been really slow going. We've only found this one proof, and we've been checking for DDOs and other errors along the way and haven't found anything yet. I've got a couple over here on the side still to put under the scope. So I got to weighing these just to see if anything interesting was coming, and this roll weighed in at 226.1 grams, which is heavy. Most rolls, they're 224.7 to 225.5 or 225.7 grams. Once you get over 226, it could be interesting. So I went ahead and I wanted to record opening this just in case the scale helped us out here. So I'm not seeing silver, but I do see a couple of thick rims. we might have another proof in here. No, it's just an 82. Oh, wow. This is going to be a really nice 82 no FG. Let me get you down and get you under the scope here. Give me just a second. So this is that 1982p I just showed you. I had to take the camera off the rack here. It's a little jacked up on the front, but that's about as clean as a no FG as you're ever going to find. You really don't need to put it under the scope to see that it's completely missing the FG. But I wanted to put it under the scope so you guys could see just how clean this was. So anyway, that is really cool. We're going to add this 82p no FG to the find board. And let me know in the comments down below what you think. Is this a really nice find? I know the face on here is a little jacked up. There's a little bit of rubbing on there. But this is a great looking coin. So we are at the end of this box. I only brought you in the 3 times because we only found 3 coins. We have that 2018 Denver, it looks like. We did find very early in the box this really busted 1980 S-clad proof. I'll hang on to this. It doesn't really have much value there. It's got some interesting kind of blue rainbowing on the back, but it's a pretty busted proof. And lastly, we have this 1982 P no FG. And I would love to hear from you guys. That FG should be right here in the crook of the leg here. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below what kind of grade you think this might get, because the reason you can get excited about coins like this in your boxes, and the reason why I look for them, is I brought over here on the computer PCGS, right? So here's the 1982P no FG FS-901, right? That's a version of it in MS-67. Let me zoom in here a little bit. And as you can see, if you can find this coin like in an AU55, it can be worth upwards of $20, right? If you get, let me zoom out here a little bit so I can see better. If you guys think that coin is more like a, and I don't believe it is, but let's say you found one in an MS-65, you know, that's a $110 coin. Where's my mouse? Right there. That's a $110 coin. So, you know, a lot of times we're looking for silver. We get really focused on silver because, you know, a 40%er right now is worth about $4. A 90% silver is worth about 10. But the reality is, if you could find a good error in great condition, you know, some of these coins can be worth $50, $60, $70, $80. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me put this on camera one more time. I mean, I could see this going AU. I don't think it's going to go mint state or anything like that, but I'd love your opinion on it because, you know, I'll probably end up trying to sell this thing. And, you know, the question is, do I try to sell this for $10 or do I try to sell this for like $50 to $100? But I think this is a really beautiful example of a 1982P no FG, which is that, I believe, FS-901. So with that, we're going to close out this box. We had those 3 lonely little finds, and we're going to crack into box number 2. Well, really box number 3 for this video, but $half box number 2. So here we are with $half box number 2. As you can see, I've already opened it. I've already done the coin roll looking for enders, and, you know, I have no NIFCs, no proofs, no silver on the ends of the coins on either side. I did weigh 10 of them, and they're on this side now, and I didn't have anything that weighed out very heavy in these 10 rolls. So this box will be a crapshoot. Hopefully we find more than we did in the last box, but I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty excited about that 82P no FG. So I'm going to jump in here, and I'll bring you in as soon as we find something of interest. Well, I was really hopeful this second box was going to produce a bit more, and apologies for not bringing you guys in. I was just ripping through these rolls as fast as I could, hoping to find some silver to show off. Along the way, I did find 2 really busted proofs. I mean, from the video, you can probably see, I mean, this one has lost almost all of its luster. It looks like it's been run over by a truck. This one you can still tell is a proof, but again, it's in really, really bad shape. I'll hang on to them just because I do hang on to the proofs I find. And I did end up so far with 4 NIFCs, a 2014, a 2010, a 2006, and a 2005. We've seen all this stuff in the previous box, so I just didn't bring you guys in. So sorry about that. But I do have 5 rolls left. I figured I'd do maybe one here on camera, maybe change my luck up here a little bit. We'll just kind of rip through them and see. Just look at the shiny things. And maybe we can get lucky and find another proof or something. It's a really nice 2001, 74, an 80, an 85. The rest of that just looks like regular clad. So we didn't find anything else in that clad, and I just wanted to wrap up this video on a, because I like to talk about value a lot, and you know, as we look through these half dollars, you know, NIFCs are fun to find because they're not supposed to be in the box. Proofs are fun to find because they're definitely not supposed to be in the box, right? Those come in proof sets in hard plastic, and people have purposefully broken those out over the years and spent them for some unknown reason. So those are definitely not supposed to be there. So that's why a lot of people like myself pull those and hang on to them because they're just not even supposed to be in circulation, and they're kind of fun to find. But what can make a hunt like this one, which wasn't all that exciting, is when you know, this 1983 quarter that I showed you and put under the scope. I need some help on this because I'm not exactly sure if I have anything here, but it's a grease strike. It's got a lot of machine doubling. Like a quarter like this, if it does end up to be numismatically relevant, you know, you could have a quarter on your hands. It's worth $25 or $50 or $75 or $100. Now, I don't think this quarter is, but this is why you see coin roll hunters not just edge hunt, right? You can edge hunt for silver, rip through a box in 5 minutes and call it a day. But if you get lucky, you do enough boxes and you find something unique, you could make a really pretty penny. And that's why I have this 1982p no FG up here. Again, you can rewind the video. I put this under the scope so you could see it. I think this is in fantastic shape. Personally, I think, you know, at best, this is probably a $10 or $20 half dollar. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. But again, a coin like this could make or break a box for you. You know, finding a coin like this is better than skunking out or finding a bunch of NIFCs that you're just going to pitch back. And who knows, maybe one of you viewers out there thinks I have a, you know, an MS level coin on my hand, and all of a sudden this now becomes a $40 or $50 coin, which is pretty cool. Now, I don't think it's going to get there, but still think it's pretty neat. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something in this video, and I really appreciate you guys coming by and checking out my content. And if you've made it this far in the video, you're definitely a fan. So again, I really appreciate you coming and checking out my content all the way to the end. So with that, I'm going to sign off. You guys take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.